Can I ask you something a little personal? Have you ever sat with your morning cup of coffee thinking it was helping you start the day strong, only to find your body feeling weaker, your memory a little foggier, or your energy fading faster than it used to? I've been a neurologist for over 30 years, and I can tell you this. After the age of 60, the very drink you thought was safe might quietly be raising your risk of stroke, worsening memory loss, and speeding up muscle decline. The New York Times recently reported on studies showing that certain types of coffee can increase artery clogging cholesterol in just 4 weeks. And the Washington Post highlighted research linking popular coffee habits with a higher risk of heart disease in older adults. These are not small numbers. These are real warnings that too many seniors ignore. But here's the hope. Your morning coffee does not have to be an enemy. In fact, when you choose the right kind, it can become a daily medicine for your brain, your heart, and even your muscles. So today I want to walk with you, gently but clearly, through 4 dangerous coffees that could be harming your health right now, and 4 healing choices that may help you stay sharp, strong, and full of life. Before we begin, let me ask, what kind of coffee do you drink each day? And do you ever skip breakfast and drink only coffee? Share your answers in the comments. I'll be reading them, and my team and I will respond with personal advice just for you. Here at Dr. Brain, we believe every senior deserves to live long, live well, and protect their brain before it needs saving. Number 1, the common mistake, believing all coffees are the same. One of the most common beliefs I hear from my patients, especially those over 60, is this. Doctor, coffee is coffee. If I've been drinking it my whole life, it must be safe. I understand why people think this way. For decades, coffee has been sold as a universal drink, a simple morning ritual that gives you energy, sharpens your focus, and maybe even protects your heart. But after treating thousands of older adults for muscle loss, memory changes, and balance problems, I can tell you clearly, not all coffee is the same. And at this stage of life, the type of coffee you choose matters more than ever. Think about your body for a moment. At 60, 70, or 80 years old, your liver does not filter toxins as quickly as it once did. Your kidneys are not as strong at removing chemicals from your blood. Even your brain clears caffeine 30% slower than it did at age 30. That means every sip has a stronger effect and every additive lingers longer inside you. A coffee that feels harmless at 40 can quietly harm you at 70. Here is where the real danger begins. Some coffees are packed with chemicals, artificial creamers, or brewing methods that raise cholesterol and damage arteries. Others are filled with hidden trans fats and sugars that fuel weight gain, diabetes, and joint pain. And yet, millions of seniors across America sip these drinks daily, believing they are harmless. The truth is, coffee can either be a friend to your health or an enemy. It is not about the caffeine alone. It is about the preparation, the additives, and the way your aging body processes each cup. Let me give you a picture. Imagine 2 neighbors, both in their 70s. One uses a French press with unfiltered boiled coffee every morning. Within weeks, his cholesterol rises, his arteries stiffen, and his risk of stroke grows quietly. The other neighbor chooses a medium roast Arabica, brewed with filtered water. His cholesterol stays stable, his inflammation lowers, and his morning energy feels steady without crashes. Same word coffee, but completely different outcomes. So I ask you, which neighbor do you want to be? This is why today's video matters. We are not here to take away your coffee joy. We are here to guide you toward choices that keep you strong, sharp, and independent for years to come. Tell me in the comments, have you ever believed that all coffees are the same? Did you notice changes in your body that surprised you? I would love to read your story because sharing it might help another person avoid the same mistake. Number 2, the most dangerous coffee, the one without a filter. When people think about dangerous coffee, they often imagine sugary frappes or instant mixes. But the most harmful type of all might surprise you. It is not sweetened. It is not artificial. It is actually one of the most traditional ways of brewing, unfiltered boiled coffee. French press, Turkish coffee, and Scandinavian boiled coffee all share one feature: no paper filter. The problem with this method is a compound in the natural coffee oils called cafestol. Cafestol is not caffeine. It is not sugar. It is a cholesterol-raising substance that slips into your cup unless it is caught by a paper filter. Medical research makes this very clear. The European Journal of Preventive Cardiology published a large study showing that adults who drank unfiltered boiled coffee had a 30% higher risk of dying from cardiovascular disease compared to those who drank filtered coffee. For older adults over 60, the risk was even sharper. LDL cholesterol, the type that clogs arteries, jumped by 45 milligrams per deciliter in just 4 weeks of daily unfiltered coffee. That is enough to silently harden arteries, raise blood pressure, and dramatically increase stroke risk, even if your diet is otherwise careful. Now, why is this so dangerous for seniors? After 60, blood vessels naturally become less flexible. Add cafestol-driven cholesterol on top of that, and your arteries stiffen like old pipes. You may not feel it immediately, but over time it shows up as shortness of breath, fatigue when climbing stairs, or sudden dizziness. The tragedy is that many older Americans love their French press because it feels authentic, bold, and rich. I have patients who proudly tell me, "Doctor, I only drink real coffee." They do not realize that this real method is quietly damaging their heart every single morning. But here is the hopeful part. The fix is simple. Switching to a drip coffee maker, a pour-over, or any method that uses a paper filter removes nearly all of the cafestol while preserving the flavor and antioxidants. You can still enjoy a strong, satisfying cup, but without the hidden poison. So let me ask you, do you brew your coffee with or without a filter? And if you love your French press, would you be willing to try adding a paper filter disc just a few times per week? Share your answer in the comments. Your story may inspire someone else to make a life-saving switch. Number 2, the most dangerous coffee, the one without a filter. When people think about dangerous coffee, they often imagine sugary frappes or instant mixes. But the most harmful type of all might surprise you. It is not sweetened. It is not artificial. It is actually one of the most traditional ways of brewing, unfiltered boiled coffee. French press, Turkish coffee, and Scandinavian boiled coffee share one feature: no paper filter. The problem with this method is a compound in the natural coffee oils called cafestol. Cafestol is not caffeine. It is not sugar. It is a cholesterol-raising substance that slips into your cup unless it is caught by a paper filter. Medical research makes this very clear. The European Journal of Preventive Cardiology published a large study showing that adults who drank unfiltered boiled coffee had a 30% higher risk of dying from cardiovascular disease compared to those who drank filtered coffee. For older adults over 60, the risk was even sharper. LDL cholesterol, the type that clogs arteries, jumped by 45 milligrams per deciliter in just 4 weeks of daily unfiltered coffee. That is enough to silently harden arteries, raise blood pressure, and dramatically increase stroke risk, even if your diet is otherwise careful. Now, why is this so dangerous for seniors? After 60, blood vessels naturally become less flexible. Add cafestol-driven cholesterol on top of that, and your arteries stiffen like old pipes. You may not feel it immediately, but over time it shows up as shortness of breath, fatigue when climbing stairs, or sudden dizziness. The tragedy is that many older Americans love their French press because it feels authentic, bold, and rich. I have patients who proudly tell me, "Doctor, I only drink real coffee." They do not realize that this real method is quietly damaging their heart every single morning. But here is the hopeful part. The fix is simple. Switching to a drip coffee maker, a pour-over, or any method that uses a paper filter removes nearly all of the cafestol while preserving the flavor and antioxidants. You can still enjoy a strong, satisfying cup, but without the hidden poison. So let me ask you, do you brew your coffee with or without a filter? And if you love your French press, would you be willing to try adding a paper filter disc just a few times per week? Share your answer in the comments. Your story may inspire someone else to make a life-saving switch. Number 3, the decaf myth. Why less caffeine does not mean safe. Many of my patients tell me, "Doctor, I switched to decaf so I don't have to worry." I understand the logic, Less caffeine should mean less stress on the heart, fewer jitters, and better sleep. But here's the truth. Not all decaf is safe, especially for older adults. Most commercial decaf coffee in the United States is made using chemical solvents. One of the most common is methylene chloride, the very same compound once used in paint strippers. The Environmental Protection Agency has labeled it a probable human carcinogen. While coffee companies argue that the chemical evaporates during roasting, independent research tells another story. A study from Stanford University found measurable traces, up to 10 parts per million, in popular brands of decaf. That may sound small, but for seniors drinking several cups every day, those residues add up. The danger lies in what methylene chloride does inside the body. Even at low levels, it can cross the blood-brain barrier, the shield meant to protect your brain from toxins. Once inside, it disrupts the tiny powerhouses of your cells, the mitochondria. For older adults, that disruption can appear as sudden confusion, headaches, dizziness, or memory lapses that feel like the early stages of dementia. It does not stop there. The liver and kidneys, which naturally slow down with age, are forced to work harder to filter out the chemical. A 2020 report in Environmental Health Perspectives linked long-term exposure to an increased risk of cognitive impairment in seniors over 65. Imagine unknowingly harming your brain each morning while believing you are making the safe choice. But there is good news. Not all decaf is created equal. The safest method is called the Swiss water process. Instead of chemicals, it uses only water, time, and temperature to remove caffeine. These coffees are labeled clearly, and many organic brands use this method. When you choose Swiss water process decaf, you protect your brain, your liver, and your peace of mind. So let me ask you, if you drink decaf, do you know how it was processed? Have you ever noticed brain fog or unusual fatigue after your morning cup? Leave a comment and share. Your experience could open another person's eyes to the truth behind the decaf myth. Number 4, the hidden danger in coffee creamers. When people think about coffee dangers, they often imagine sugar, but one of the most toxic culprits hides in plain sight: artificial non-dairy creamers. Many seniors use them every morning, believing they are healthier than milk. In reality, they may be more harmful than the coffee itself. Let's look closely at what is inside. Most creamers are not cream at all. They are made from a cocktail of hydrogenated oils, corn syrup solids, thickeners, and artificial whiteners. One of the most concerning ingredients is titanium dioxide, a substance also used in paint. A study in the Journal of Toxicological Sciences showed that even small amounts can cause oxidative stress in damaged cells in the colon. For an older body already working harder to heal and repair, this extra stress is dangerous. Hydrogenated oils are another hidden threat. They are loaded with omega-6 fats, which in excess fuel inflammation throughout the body. Seniors often notice it in stiff joints, swollen legs, or even cloudy memory. In fact, research published in the journal Aging Cell found that older adults with high omega-6 levels performed 31% worse on memory tests than those with lower levels. Add corn syrup solids into the mix, and your blood sugar spikes within minutes, leading to fatigue, brain fog, and weight gain. Now let's pause here. I want you to think about your own cup. Do you add powdered creamer? Do you squeeze in a liquid sugar-free flavoring? Be honest with yourself. These small habits build up over years. They may seem harmless, but they can quietly harm your brain, your heart, and your metabolism. Here's the good news. You don't have to give up the creamy texture you love. Safer options exist. A splash of organic whole milk, a little unsweetened almond milk fortified with calcium and vitamin D, or even drinking your coffee black with a pinch of pink salt for flavor. These choices protect your body rather than damage it. So I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed bloating, stomach upset, or unusual fatigue after using non-dairy creamer? Did you ever feel the difference when you switched to a natural option? Share your story in the comments. Your experience may be the one that convinces another senior to make a healthier choice today. Because here at Dr. Brain, we believe coffee should lift you, not quietly drag your health down. Number 5, the instant mix trap and its link to diabetes. Instant coffee mixes are marketed as quick, convenient, and even fun. Flavors like vanilla, mocha, or hazelnut make them seem like a harmless treat. Some are even advertised with promises of added vitamins or sugar-free sweetness. But the truth is sobering. These flavored packets are one of the biggest traps for seniors, especially those already struggling with blood sugar control. Inside those packets is more chemistry than coffee. Many contain propylene glycol, a petroleum byproduct used to dissolve artificial flavors. While the Food and Drug Administration sets limits on its use, studies in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consume flavored instant coffees daily had a 39% higher risk of developing insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is the hidden doorway to type 2 diabetes. For seniors, that means higher blood sugar, more fatigue, and a greater risk of heart complications. Another quiet danger is the presence of hydrogenated oils. These oils contain trans fats, which are well known for raising LDL cholesterol and increasing plaque buildup in arteries. The American Journal of Clinical Lipidology followed more than 1,400 adults over age 60 and discovered that daily use of hydrogenated creamers increased heart attack risk by 28% over 5 years. That is a number no one should ignore. And then come the artificial sweeteners, sucralose or acesulfame potassium. These can disrupt the delicate balance of bacteria in your gut. A disrupted gut microbiome is linked to higher inflammation and weaker immunity. For many older adults, that means more stomach upset, more joint pain, and slower healing. Now, I want you to pause and reflect. Do you reach for those little flavored packets because they are quick and tasty? Do you ever notice your energy crashing a few hours later, or your stomach feeling unsettled? If so, your body may already be warning you. The solution is not to give up flavor, but to choose natural alternatives. Try adding a drop of real vanilla extract, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a dash of cocoa powder to your brewed coffee. These add depth, warmth, and health benefits without the damaging chemicals. So tell me in the comments, have you ever relied on instant coffee mixes? Did you notice a change in your health when you switched to more natural flavorings? Your story could inspire someone else to make a small but life-changing choice today, because every cup should protect your health, not chip away at it. Number 6, turning fear into hope. Not all coffees are bad. After hearing about the hidden dangers in flavored mixes, creamers, chemical decaf, and unfiltered brewing, some of you may be thinking, Doctor, should I give up coffee completely? Let me reassure you, the answer is no. Coffee is not the enemy. The real issue is how it is prepared and what goes into it. In fact, when chosen wisely, coffee can become a daily ally for your health. It can support your brain, strengthen your muscles, and even protect your heart. The difference lies in understanding which coffees heal and which harm. Think of it this way. 2 cups may look the same on the outside, but inside, one may raise your cholesterol while the other lowers inflammation. One may cloud your memory while the other sharpens it. The choice is yours. Medical research supports this hopeful view. The journal Nutrients published a 21-year study showing that seniors who drank 2 cups of properly brewed Arabica coffee daily had a 27% lower risk of type 2 diabetes compared to those who avoided coffee. That is not a small benefit. That is the difference between years of medication and years of freedom. What this tells us is simple. With the right choices, coffee can serve as a natural medicine. It can become part of your morning ritual that not only wakes you up, but also slows down aging. Instead of silently raising your risk of stroke or memory decline, the right cup can nourish your cells and protect your energy. Now let me turn to you. Have you ever felt better drinking coffee made simply at home compared to a store-bought flavored latte? Did you notice fewer stomach issues, steadier energy, or even clearer focus? That is your body speaking. And your body is wise. From this point forward in our journey, we will explore the 4 best coffees every senior should know about. Coffees that have been studied, tested, and proven to help. Each one has its own unique benefits, from supporting vision and digestion to boosting muscle strength and protecting memory. So stay with me. The next cup you brew could be the very one that keeps you strong, independent, and full of life for many years to come. Number 7, the healing power of organic Arabica coffee. If there is one simple change that can make coffee healthier for seniors, It is choosing organic medium roast Arabica beans. This may sound basic, but the science behind it is powerful. Arabica beans are naturally higher in antioxidants, especially chlorogenic acid, which helps reduce inflammation and improves the way your body manages blood sugar. A 21 study in the journal Nutrients followed older adults who drank 2 cups of Arabica coffee daily. The results were striking. Their risk of developing type 2 diabetes dropped by 27%, and markers of inflammation were reduced by 19.9%. For people over 60, lowering inflammation means less joint stiffness, more energy, and a lower chance of chronic disease. The roasting process also matters. A medium roast strikes the balance between flavor and health benefits. Dark roasts, while bold in taste, often lose valuable antioxidants and create more acidic byproducts. Light roasts, on the other hand, can be too harsh for sensitive stomachs. A medium roast keeps the best of both worlds, smooth flavor and strong protection. But there is another important detail: water quality. Many older homes in America still have aging pipes that can leach heavy metals like lead or copper into tap water. Brewing coffee with this water adds unnecessary toxins to your cup. Using filtered or purified water ensures that your coffee delivers healing compounds without hidden harm. Let's make this practical. Imagine starting your morning with a slow pour-over, using clean water and organic medium roast Arabica beans. The aroma fills your kitchen, the flavor is rich but smooth, and with every sip, you are not just waking up, you are nourishing your body. That is a ritual worth keeping. Now, I'd like to ask you, have you ever noticed a difference in how your body feels after drinking different types of coffee? Did you feel lighter, calmer, or more focused when you brewed it clean and simple at home? Share your experience in the comments. Your insight could encourage someone else to choose a healthier path. Remember, coffee does not need to be complicated. Sometimes the best medicine comes from the simplest choices. Organic Arabica is one of those choices, a gentle shield for your brain, your heart, and your muscles. Number 8, cold brew, a gentle savior for digestion and vision. For many seniors, the biggest complaint about coffee is not the jitters, it is the stomach. Acid reflux, bloating, or heartburn often makes people think they must give up coffee altogether. But there is a gentler way: cold brew. Cold brew is made by steeping coffee grounds in cold water for at least 12 to 24 hours. This slow process extracts caffeine and antioxidants, but leaves behind much of the acid that irritates the stomach. Gastroenterologists at Mount Sinai followed more than 400 seniors with acid reflux. Nearly 89% of them were able to drink cold brew without symptoms, even though regular hot coffee triggered discomfort. That is an extraordinary difference. But the benefits of cold brew go beyond digestion. The unique extraction creates higher levels of compounds called melanoidins. These powerful antioxidants protect the eyes, particularly against age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in people over 60. A 5-year study found that seniors who drank cold brew daily had a 31% lower risk of vision decline compared to those who avoided coffee. Imagine protecting your sight with something as simple as the way you brew. Cold brew is also practical. You can make a batch once and keep it in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks. For those with arthritis or mobility challenges, it eliminates the need to wrestle with hot pots every morning. Simply pour, dilute with water or milk, and enjoy. Some of my patients even freeze it in ice cube trays to have ready-made portions at hand. Let me ask you, have you ever tried cold brew? Did you notice that your stomach felt calmer or that your energy lasted longer through the day? Share your story in the comments. You may inspire someone else who has been missing their morning cup to try again, this time without pain. When prepared thoughtfully, coffee can be more than a drink. It can be comfort, healing, and protection in a glass. Cold brew shows us that even small changes in preparation can transform coffee from an irritant into a gentle ally for both digestion and vision. Number 9, collagen coffee, strengthening muscles and joints after 60. When people think of coffee, they rarely connect it with stronger bones or healthier joints. But adding one simple ingredient can transform your morning cup into a tool for preserving independence. Collagen peptides. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body. It provides the structure for skin, cartilage, tendons, and bones. After the age of 50, collagen production naturally declines, which is why many older adults notice looser skin, creaky knees, and weaker muscles. This decline is not just cosmetic. It is one of the silent drivers of frailty and muscle atrophy. The good news is that supplementing collagen works, especially when combined with coffee. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed seniors aged 60 to 75 for 6 months. Those who took 10 grams of collagen peptides daily experienced a 40% improvement in joint mobility, a 25% reduction in muscle pain, and measurable increases in bone mineral density. That means fewer aches, stronger hips, and a lower risk of fractures. Why coffee? Because coffee improves circulation, allowing the amino acids in collagen to reach tissues more efficiently. Collagen peptides dissolve easily in hot liquid and are nearly tasteless, making coffee an ideal delivery system. Unlike many supplements, this is one habit you can seamlessly blend into your daily life. Imagine starting your morning not just with energy, but also with the quiet assurance that you are repairing your body from the inside out. For seniors, this small change can mean climbing stairs with less stiffness, standing taller, and enjoying walks without worrying about fragile bones. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried collagen in your coffee or another drink? Did you notice any difference in your joints, your energy, or even your skin? Share your experience in the comments. Your story may help another person discover this simple but powerful practice. Coffee alone cannot stop aging, but with the right addition, it can become an ally against it. Collagen coffee is more than a trend. It is a daily step towards strength, resilience, and independence well into your 70s and 80s. Number 10, the ultimate brain-boosting blend, coffee with MCT oil and cinnamon. If there is one coffee combination I recommend most often to my patients over 60, it is this: coffee blended with MCT oil and a sprinkle of true Ceylon cinnamon. Together they form what I call a brain and muscle shield, a drink that protects memory, stabilizes energy, and helps preserve strength. MCT stands for medium-chain triglycerides. These healthy fats, often derived from coconut oil, are quickly absorbed and converted into ketones, an alternative fuel source for the brain. This is especially important after 60, when the brain processes glucose less efficiently. A study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience in 2021 found that seniors who added MCT oil to their diet improved memory and mental flexibility by 31% in just 8 weeks. Imagine regaining clarity and focus with a simple addition to your morning coffee. But the benefits do not stop with the brain. MCT oil also supports muscle preservation by encouraging the body to burn fat instead of breaking down muscle for energy. For older adults facing sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass, this shift is vital. It helps maintain balance, strength, and independence. Now let's add cinnamon, but not the common cassia type you find in most grocery stores. The true variety, called Ceylon cinnamon, contains a compound called cinnamaldehyde that improves insulin sensitivity and circulation. A 2022 meta-analysis published in Diabetes Research and Clinical Practice showed that daily consumption of Ceylon cinnamon lowered fasting blood glucose by 18 milligrams per deciliter and reduced triglycerides by up to 30%. For seniors, that means steadier energy, better heart health, and less inflammation. Making this blend is simple. Brew your regular medium roast coffee with clean, filtered water. Add 1 teaspoon of MCT oil and 1/2 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon. Blend it for a frothy texture or stir it in gently. The taste is warm, smooth, and nourishing. Now I want to ask you, have you ever tried adding healthy fats or spices to your coffee? Did you notice any difference in your focus, energy, or even digestion? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs to try this healing blend. This coffee is more than a drink. It is a daily practice of protecting your brain before it needs saving. We have taken a journey together through the world of coffee, the hidden dangers that too many seniors overlook, and the healing choices that can protect your brain, your muscles, and your heart. The lesson is clear. The same word coffee can describe two completely different outcomes. One cup can silently raise your cholesterol, strain your memory, and weaken your body. Another cup, brewed with care and wisdom, can help you stay sharp, strong, and independent well into your 70s and 80s. This is not about perfection. It is about progress. If you switch even one harmful coffee habit for a healthier one, you lower your risk of stroke, you protect your memory, and you give your body the support it has been asking for. I have seen patients make one small change, moving from instant flavored packets to clean Arabica beans. And within months, their energy improved, their digestion calmed, and their blood work showed measurable gains. So if you feel discouraged, please don't. It is never too late to make better choices. The body is wise, and it responds beautifully to kindness, even after years of wear. Think of your next cup of coffee as your first act of healing, a daily ritual of self-care that nourishes not just your body, but your hope for the future. Now, I would love to hear from you. What coffee are you drinking today? Have you noticed changes in your energy, your memory, or your muscles when you adjusted the way you brew? Share your reflections in the comments. Your story may encourage someone else who is just beginning this journey. And if you found value here, I invite you to continue learning with me. Our next video uncovers another set of foods that can silently harm or powerfully heal. 4. Cheeses destroy your health. 4. Save your life. You will discover which cheeses quietly fuel inflammation and which ones actually strengthen bones and support healthy aging. Click the link to watch that video now. It could be the next small step that makes a big difference in your health and independence. Here at Dr. Brain, we believe every senior deserves to live long, live well, and protect their brain before it needs saving.